Welcome to the solution for the hands-on activity, Advanced Formatting Practice. Now that you've completed the hands-on activity, let me walk you through how I would approach these tasks. By the end of this activity, you will be able to utilize Excel Copilot to automate formatting tasks, enhancing data presentation. You will learn to apply data validation rules to ensure consistency and prevent errors during data entry. Additionally, you will create multiple pivot tables using Copilot to effectively summarize and analyze property valuation data. Finally, you will generate insightful reports based on key metrics such as market value, purchase price, and rental income, equipping you with the skills to present your findings clearly and professionally. And let's begin with enhancing the readability of the dataset. Using Copilot, we'll automatically apply number formatting to the market value, purchase price, and rental income columns. Use the prompt format the market price, rental income, and purchase price columns to an accounting format. Select Enter to execute your prompt, and select Apply. Next, we can format the date sold column to ensure all the dates are displayed as a short date for consistency. Once again, use the prompt Format the date sold column to a short date format, and select Enter to execute the prompt. Once again, select Apply. Now we can do some conditional formatting and apply it to the market value column to highlight the properties with values in the top 10%. Select Apply. Now let's practice applying data validation using Copilot. Use Copilot to set up data validation rules for the property type column, limiting the entries to only commercial, industrial, or residential. We can use a prompt Create a data validation list in the property type column to only allow commercial, industrial, and residential. And this is one of Copilot's limitations in that it cannot create data validation rules for you, but it will provide step-by-step instructions in guiding you to create your own data validation list. So you can do this by highlighting the column, navigating to the Data tab, and under Data Tools group, select Data Validation. In the criteria, we are going to allow a list. And as a source, we will enter the entries we want to allow, being commercial, residential, and industrial. Select OK. Test your drop-down list to ensure that it has been created correctly. Next, we can prompt Copilot to apply a validation rule to the rental income column to ensure only positive values are entered. We can use the prompt Create a data validation rule to only allow positive numbers in the rental income column. As we already know that Copilot cannot create data validation rules for you, we are anticipating that it will provide us with step-by-step instructions to create this for ourselves. So once again, highlight the column, and in the Data Tools group, select Data Validation. We're going to allow a whole number greater than, and the minimum number being 0, and select OK. Let's test the rule by entering a negative amount, and immediately get an error which you can clear selecting Cancel. Finally, we can let Copilot scan for any existing data errors based on these data validation rules and suggest potential corrections. It would not be possible for there to be any errors, as the data validation rules that we have created would prevent this from being possible. So it would not be possible to enter incorrect information. For example, we would not be able to enter any other property type other than commercial, industrial, and residential, and we would not be able to enter a negative rental income amount as we saw. So let's move on to creating pivot tables to summarize the market value and purchase price. Let's prompt Copilot to create a pivot table that shows the total market value and total purchase price grouped by property type. At the moment, we are summarizing our values using the sum function. We can also apply the average market value and average purchase price per property by clicking anywhere within the pivot table, and in the values field, select the drop-down arrow, value field settings, and under the summarize value field by, we'll select average and select OK. We can do this with the purchase price as well. Drop-down list, value field settings, average, and select OK. And now we have the average. Let's go back to our original data set on sheet 1 and gain some insights into the rental income by property type and size. We'll use the prompt create a pivot table summarizing total rental income by property type and size of building. And once again, we can add this into a new worksheet. We can also change the sum function to an average function by selecting average from the value field settings and select OK. Finally, we can customize our pivot tables by adding in a calculated field. So going back to our first pivot table showing the market value and purchase price by property type, let's revert this back to the sum function. To add a calculated field in the Pivot Table Analyze Contextual tab, there is a Calculations group. Select the drop-down list next to Field, Items, and Sets. From here, select the first item, Calculated Field, and this will be Profit. Next, for our formula, we can insert the market value, delete the 0, and subtract the purchase price. Select Insert Field, in the formula bar, we will enter the formula equals and select the purchase price. Select Insert Field, then the subtraction operator. Now select the market value and insert field and select OK. Excel has added this formula for us in column F, and we can see for each property in each of the property types, we are running at a loss, and we are selling our buildings at a loss. Great! Let's recap what we've done. In this activity, we have successfully transformed a complex data set of recent property sales into a clear and accurate resource for your company. By utilizing Copilot, you automated formatting tasks, applied data validation rules to prevent errors, and created multiple pivot tables to summarize key metrics such as market value and rental income. This streamlined approach not only saves time but also enhances your ability to deliver valuable insights to management, ultimately supporting informed decision-making in a competitive real estate market. With these skills, you are now equipped to present data effectively and drive strategic initiatives forward.